Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Maya here, and I make music. I'm continuing with my album review for A Message for You, with talking about tracks 4 and 5, which are Drive and Stay for You. But before that, please make sure to listen to my album on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, wherever you'd like. The Linktree link to all those platforms, as well as my social media, is down in the description. Also down in the description is a link to a playlist with the rest of the videos in this album review series. Once again, if you have any questions you want to ask about other songs or the music making process, feel free to comment them down below and I may answer them in a future video. So let's get it. Video editor Maya here. Apparently that is a completely natural phrase for me now. So I apologize for how cringy that was, but I guess that's just who I am now. Anyway, back to the video. So, Drive. This is the 4th track of the album, coming right after the uplifting and encouraging Frozen. After escaping a bad situation, whether literally escaping or psychologically escaping, you can decide for yourself, the quote-unquote main character of this album experiences freedom for the first time in a while. Of course, given the darker vibe of Drive, you may catch on to the fact that with this freedom comes a lot of trying to pick up the pieces and find yourself again. As you may guess, this can lead to a lot of not-so-great decisions. I used a pretty basic metaphor, a car, to illustrate someone getting as far away from their past situation, the palace from the previous song, as quickly as possible. Hence, accelerate, foot off the brake, faster until the day break. This is also an example of a very stream of consciousness lyric writing process because, to be completely honest with you, I wasn't incredibly focused when I was writing those lyrics. Unlike Frozen, where I was looking up phobias and synonyms and thinking really hard about how exactly I wanted things to be worded, with Drive, I went more with how the song sounded and words that fit the general theme of recklessness. Basically, I wrote down whatever came to my mind as soon as I thought of the word reckless or as soon as I heard the song. I was writing the lyrics so quickly that as I was writing, "You recklessly, wild and free," I was thinking to myself, couldn't be me. Consequently, I wrote "So Not Me," and it actually ended up staying even though I had intended to change it. I didn't realize until I was recording vocals and I was like, oh, this isn't supposed to be here. But as I heard it more with the pre-chorus, I liked how it emphasized the dissonance between how the main character is acting and how they actually feel about the way they're acting. So yeah, as I said before, the character is doing a lot of soul-searching amidst all of this reckless abandon. And so as I was writing the end of the song, I thought to myself, what conclusion will the character come to? I decided to leave it a bit open-ended by clearly asking, till this car comes to a sudden stop, am I stuck as this person that I'm not? So our dear main character still has a lot of self-doubt, because instead of asking, can I embrace this person that I'm not, like what was said in the other choruses, the character realizes that they don't want to embrace it and rather are stuck once again. Wow, so I spent so much time on the lyrics and not as much on the song itself, music-wise. But part of the reason why is because production-wise, this one was relatively easy. It was literally just drums, a bass of some sort, and a few synths. I wanted to create kind of a moody hip-hop vibe for a song that ironically didn't have any raps in it. Alright, so let's talk about Stay For You. It is the 5th track on the album following Drive, and it is really a song meant to comfort the listener. Before I keep talking about this wonderful song though, I want to give a huge shout out to my sister Uma, because she recorded this song with me, she sounded amazing on it, and the song wouldn't have been the same without her. I really hope she agrees to record another song with me sometime, so fingers crossed, we'll see. Anyway, Stay For You continues the narrative of our poor main character who can't figure out who they are. They are overthinking things, their thoughts are scattered, and they wander, which is what I preface in the song's first bunch of lines. The song essentially is from the perspective of someone who really cares about that struggling main character, and This person's trying to reassure them that things will become better and that there is light at the end of this tunnel of self-doubt. Of course, I also wanted a song that could be applicable to people's everyday lives, because I know all of us have good days and bad days, happy days and sad days, days of good fortune and days of misfortune. I wanted people to know that if things are bad, sad, and unfortunate today, they very well could be good, happy, and fortuneful the next day. And even if the turnaround isn't that quick, if you can just hold on, things will get better. I wanted to say all this in a way that wasn't preachy, which is basically the way I just described it to you. And I didn't want to sound like I was a doctor giving someone a prescription on how to fix something, if that makes sense. I guess I didn't want to sound too forceful in telling people to be optimistic, because I know in bad situations it's very hard to be receptive to optimism, and you don't want people to try and fix your problems for you. You just want to feel happier. So Stay For You, I think, was more like a warm hug in that sense, in that it says, even if you don't want to say anything to me, know that I'm here.
I don't know what you're going through, what's going on. I don't know what you're going through, but please hold on.
I'm telling the listener through the song that I'm here until they can remember what they mean to themselves, what they like about themselves, until they can find themselves. So back in the context of the story arc, the main character is being comforted by these words from an unknown person that cares about them. I wanted the music for this song to be something that sticks, something that's catchy and haunting. It was also a fun opportunity to do harmonies with my sister, since she has a higher range than I do. At least she sounds prettier in high ranges.
Stay for me, even if I do not have a clue. Stay for me, but still one day you should stay for you.
And the section after this line is one of my favorites that I have written, since it's building up to the final verse with the synth changing melody for the first time, and the claps being added in the percussion section to bring some new energy to the song. Another interesting thing to note is that you may recognize a resemblance between the title Stay For You and the title of the album A Message For You. A lot of people name their albums off a song on the album. I didn't necessarily want to do that, but I wanted an album title that harkens back to one of the songs on the album. So I wrote Stay For You before I came up with the album title. And so when I was trying to come up with the album title, I was thinking maybe like The Journey, but that sounded too stereotypical or simple. I wanted something that represented the album as a whole, the general message or theme I was trying to get across. So I was looking through the song titles that I had, and I looked at Stay For You and I'm like, oh, this is actually a really nice sounding title. I want to get this sort of vibe in my album title. So I took the For You from Stay For You, put it in the album title, and then tried to figure out what I was trying to do, like the purpose of the album. And I guess for me, I wanted my album to send a message. So hence, a message for you. It's pretty simplistic now that I think about it, but I really like the title. So I'm really happy that I named my songs and the album the way I did. Finally, it is interesting to note that in the final section, starting here,
Look in my eyes, let me tell you what I see.
it is actually both mine and my sister's voices together, but every time I listen to it, I can only hear one person singing. I guess maybe my sister and I have similar singing voices, but I'm interested to hear from y'all about who you hear, me or my sister. I'm only asking this because I always hear myself and my sister always hears herself, so we can't really tell who's more audible in the song. Anyway, that's all I have for today's review on Drive and Stay Through You off my album A Message for You. It's a lot of 4 U's. I appreciate every stream and listen I get, so thank you so much to those of y'all who have been listening. Look out for the other review videos if they aren't up already. Thank you for dropping by. Make sure to support your favorite artists, and I hope you have a great day or night depending on where you are in the world. Thank you very much. Time for an outro of me talking after already listening to me talk this entire video. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for more music and content. The Linktree link to my socials and music platforms is down in the description. My cover of AJR's Bang and the playlist of the songs on A Message for You are currently up on the screen. So have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next video.